Hey everyone, it's Mark J. Schmidt here with Gloria Zasco Realtors and MoveMeMark.com. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to talk to you today about a call I got the other night from a friend of mine and a neighbor, and she was wondering. Her friend had just closed on her new home about a month ago, and she said she had a problem because her air conditioning just stopped working. Her central air just kind of conked out on her, and she wasn't sure what to do. She said, who can she call? I kind of jokingly said, well, she can call someone who knows how to fix a central air unit because after the closing, there's really nothing that can be done at that point. Every home that's sold, and I speak especially here in New Jersey, where I practice real estate, but every home that's sold, it's an as-is sale. So, you may have heard that you can have a home inspection, and, you can have a home inspector come in, take a look at everything, and let you know what's working and what isn't. Once you close, though, once everything is signed, once the escrow passes, as they say, and the keys are handed across the table, that's it. It's now your home, and if anything breaks, there's no warranties and there's no guarantees on anything. So what you need to do in order to kind of protect yourself is make sure you get a good home inspector to look at that home before you buy the home. So how do you choose a good home inspector? First, you want to find out how long they've been in business. You want to find out how many home inspections they've done in the past, and typically how many they do in the course of a year. Also want to get references. If you're working with a real estate agent, he or she can recommend a good inspector for you. If you have friends or family members who have bought a home recently, you can ask them who they used. They may be able to show you a sample of the home inspector's report, because you'll get a written report from it. So you definitely want to do that. So get references from whoever you can. Another good thing is make sure they have some sort of certification behind them. Like if they're ASHI certified. ASHI is the American Society of Home Inspectors. And what they do is they hold their members to very high technical standards. They have a code of ethics, and they have to pass some very technical exams in order to be considered certified. So, you've got some methods there, so you can kind of feel comfortable as you're moving forward. Now, during the home inspection, sometimes people say, hey, can I be there at the home inspection? Not only can you be there, you should be there. This is your home inspection. You're the one who's paying for it. You should be there while the inspection is going on. So make sure you're there and follow the home inspector. Ask the home inspector questions, when you're, while the home inspection is happening. I have learned so much from home inspectors over the years that I've been able to bring to my own home. Like, for example, one thing I learned that I tell everyone to do, if you've got a washing machine in your home and you just have the regular rubber hoses, it's a good idea to swap them out for metal hoses. Because if you're away, a rubber hose can burst and you'll have water everywhere. With a metal hose, it can still burst, but it's much less likely. So that's just a good piece of advice. I got that from being on a home inspection. Now, I'll tell you something. There are sometimes, and I saw someone just commented that real estate agents are a great resource for home inspectors. And I agree 100%. Now listen, sometimes people think that, if you get a home inspector that the agent recommended, they're going to go easy on the house. They're not going to find anything wrong. And in my experience, that is the farthest thing from the truth that's possible. I use a home inspector. His name is Glenn. He's with a company called Hawk Home Inspections. And the very first inspection that Glenn ever did for me, I didn't really know him. My client had found him. I think he was recommended by someone they knew. And here he was. He came to the inspection, and we're going through this house, and we go into the basement, and he's looking at the washing machine. And he just looks and he says, hey, do you see how that washing machine is emptying out into the sump pit? And I said, yeah. He goes, that's illegal. He goes, I guarantee you there's a problem with the septic system. Well, sure enough, the next week, my client had a test done on the septic system. There was a $40,000 problem because the place needed a whole new septic. That's the kind of home inspector you want to work with. That's the kind of home inspector I work with, because you know what? I want to make sure that if my clients are getting into a home, it's not going to be a home that they're going to have a problem with later on. Some people think that, the agent recommending a home inspector means that he's going to go easy. Like I said, not the case with me. I have to be able to sleep at night, and I know a lot of other agents who feel the exact same way that I do, and that's why I want to make sure that if he's going to find something wrong, it's going to be found. And even yesterday, I was on a home inspection with Glenn yesterday, and even something so minor, I couldn't even believe it. He said there's high iron content in the water. I said, how can you tell that? Just by looking. We were outside. He said there's a sprinkler system here, and if you look at the sidewalk is a little orangey, a little brown. That's from iron in the water being deposited on the sidewalk and staining the sidewalk. I was like, that's fantastic. That's one of those things I'm talking about. And he's ASHI certified, which is great. So that's the thing. Get someone who you can trust. Get someone, like I said, ask the questions. You don't just have to blindly accept someone because a realtor says so or because your friend says so. I tell all my clients, I recommend Glenn, but you ask around if there's someone else you'd rather work with, that's no problem. I'm not going to stand in the way of that. But anyway, getting back to the original point, once you close on that house, that problem is now yours. So make sure you kind of do your homework ahead of time. And then once you have that home inspection, if there's something wrong, you definitely want to see if the sellers are going to take care of it. Now, Tara right here just said that you shouldn't skimp on a home inspection. That is 100% correct. I have seen people who say, I want to save money on the home inspection. I want to save money on the attorney. You're buying something. Like here in New Jersey, our prices are a little bit higher than in other parts of the country. You could be buying something that's anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000 to $1 million. Why would you skimp on the one thing that's going to tell you whether the money you're investing is going to be spent wisely? So definitely don't skimp on a home inspector. Don't skimp on anything. And if you have any questions, please feel free to visit my website, which is MoveMeMark.com, or you can also send me a direct message on Twitter or tweet to me. All that good stuff. Oh, and check me out on Facebook, Facebook.com/MoveMeMark. I'm glad you joined me. We're going to do this again, and we're going to have like a question and answer session set up. So if you have any questions, bring them along. And I'm so glad you could spend some time with me today. You have a great day. Bye now.